Hello, family. This is Eden Marie. Today I was watching one of the greatest sports analysts I know, Garrett Bush. His show, The Barbershop, is that spot where you can pull up and get a fresh cut on sports, music, and culture. If you haven't already, go check out his channel and subscribe. What I appreciate most is how Uncle G, yes, that's my nickname for him because he feels like family, broke down our nephew Shedeur Sanders' situation with receipts and real insight. We're all family here, so I wanted to bring this moment into our space and weigh in on what he shared. The full video is over on the Barbershop channel, and the title is Shedeur Finally Speaks His Mind. And let me tell you, it's powerful. So let's welcome Uncle G to the family table, and let's dive in together.
I had plans on coming on here doing some real stuff. I had plans on coming on here doing some real conversation, talking about what's going to go on in Detroit, give you some X's and O's and diagrams of how this thing is going to move, what the Cleveland Browns can do. But apparently people don't like talking about that because they find other things to get into. And as the system rolled through, and as the news breaks, and as things in the news cycle move along, I pull up, and every time I do something, every time I look around, it's just more random garbage noise, right? And so this time I went and looked around, and I was going to play nice with y'all.
Now here's where it gets interesting, family. Uncle G is about to cook, and this meal isn't for the faint of heart. If you're not ready to sit at the family table and receive it, this might be your moment to gracefully bow out.
This is a Shedeur Sanders conversation. So if you're triggered by having to talk about Shedeur Sanders, please see yourself out right now. This is the level of energy G. Bush has this morning. I don't have no time for no plan. Usually I come on here, I'm going to give you 2 hours of this and that and the third. I don't got no time for it today. I'm going to come here and give you what the true testament is, and we're going to dip up out of here because that's how tired of it I am, and how we going to keep it moving and how we going to push. The energy is different on this show today. This is one of them ones, and get your coffee ready and get ready to go because we got to talk about some stuff. And you saw the thumbnail, right? It's time to blow the cover off this thing. It's time to blow the cover off of it because you was trying to act like that you was trying to be honest. You honest people. You actually try to act like you was just being honest people about football and what happens and I realize y'all been lying from the jump street. Y'all been lying through your teeth. Y'all ain't no honest brokers. You ain't trying to have no intellectual football conversation. This is all about your feelings.
Let's go, family.
Over the last couple of days, this is your news cycle. I turn on ESPN. I turn on stuff. And the one thing that I want to say is people be lying so much. They'll set up a move, right? They'll set up a move, ask somebody a question, and then run back and then make something of it. You see, for me, I don't appreciate the Shedeur stimulus package. I don't like it, bro. I don't like it because it serves two things. It serves two things here. I don't like the fact that you sit up here and try to act like people is some sort of zealots. Some people are some sort of cult followers.
By the way, family, did you know they don't even call us Shedeur's fans or his tribe? They went as far as labeling us cult followers.
You have any cachet or goodwill built up where we got to entertain you. I'm the biggest Browns fan probably in the media. Listen, I tell people all the time, unapologetically.
Family, let's pause right here. Uncle G is laying the foundation. He's not just talking from the sidelines. He's a diehard Cleveland Browns fan and has been for a long time. That's what gives him credibility. He's steady, he's stable, and he's been riding with his team.
I don't root for other teams. I got 4 teams. I watch the Guardians. I watch the Cavs. I watch the Browns. And I watch the Ohio University Bobcats. But I got the 4 diehard teams is my teams. So even when I say this, Even when I bring this type of energy, understand I'm bringing it with love. The Cleveland Browns do not have no sort of cachet, no sort of backing to where you can actually press something upon somebody where we got to conform to what you talking about. You ain't won no games. You ain't been to no Super Bowls. Your coaches half the time don't know what they're doing. They fumble bags on draft picks. And you think people have to literally come in here and shuck and jive and tap dance for y'all. Right? You think people really got to conform to what you're doing. I'm going to give y'all a little heads up. Half y'all don't even know what y'all talking about. No clue. Half of y'all don't even know what the game of football is and what you're doing. I'll just keep it real with you. And you feel like this isn't about whether Shedeur Sanders can play or not. This ain't about whether Shedeur Sanders is a good person or whatever the case is about. It ain't got nothing to do with him. It got to do with you. Now, you may say, G. Bush, what are you talking about? If you've been under a rock, let's take a look at it. And by the way, you now have time, because I'm about to go all the way in. You have time now, people, to pick up your belongings and, I don't know, go watch watered down content if you want to, because we about to go in. Speak now or forever hold your peace. Give them a little time. I'm going to sip my coffee, and then we getting into it. I ain't trying to hear, oh, my gosh, he's putting the cape on. Oh, my gosh. We have a game this week against the Lions. He's talking about Shedeur. Get out of here. Somebody tell you to come over here. Y'all ready? Here we go. Let's cook. Now, I wake up. We doing content. This is what is breaking news on every station. I had to say, what the heck is going on? I had to look twice. What did somebody say? Did he kill somebody? Did he cuss the coach out? What happened to that? This is what he had to say yesterday that made waves all around the country.
That's nothing I can't not answer, but I know for sure I'm not. I know if you see the quarterback play in the league right now, I know I'm capable of doing better than that.
That's what he said. Let me run it back. Let me run it back so I can I need to parse this. I need to figure out what he said.
That's not nothing, in my place to answer. That's nothing I can't not answer, but I know for sure I'm not. I know if you see the quarterback play in the league right now, I know I'm capable of doing better than that.
That was his comments. Those were the controversial comments that took the world by storm. We'll play it again one more time like we Dr. Umar. If you say things in threes, it sometimes comes across a little stronger.
That's not nothing, in my place to answer. That's nothing I can't not answer, but I know for sure I'm not. I know if you see the quarterback play in the league right now, I know I'm capable of doing better than that.
See, Shedeur, let me have a conversation. Let me talk to you real quick. Let me talk to you real quick. Nope, we're not going to do this no more. Let me talk to you, Shedeur. What you said, don't even take nothing to that. Don't even think twice about that. I'm glad you finally is talking your mind. I'm glad you finally talking your mind, because half these folks that you talking to that you think you trying to win over, they ain't never going to be in your camp. They've never, I don't care. Listen, I don't care if you throw for 5,000 yards every single year. It's a segment of them that will never accept you, never like you, don't want you to represent them, don't care about what you do in the community, because you are different. They can't identify with you. And guess what? They'll find anything to talk about If it ain't about what you're doing on the field, it'll be how much money you make. If it ain't about how much money you make, it's the fact that you wear jewelry. If it's not the jewelry, sometimes they don't like how you just said something. If it ain't that, they don't like your glasses. They don't like your hats. They don't like your father. They don't like the way you walk. They don't like your talk. They don't like the fact you have fancy cars. Listen, at the end of the day, screw them folks. I don't know whether you guys feel like this is, I don't know where you're at, but we don't have to tap dance. That dude is sitting here unapologetically telling you what he's supposed to do. I feel I'm nice. I feel I got God-given ability. You seen, matter of fact, you should expand that, Shedeur. Expand that to these suckers in college too. Expand that to the suckers that's in college that it's throwing up duds. They can't even give you a name no more. Who you like? Quarterback in 26 people. I can't help but notice all the names done changed. So you got to realize, Shedeur, sometimes it's good to be humble. Sometimes it's good to be quiet, but sometimes it's time to say, I got to talk my stuff. I got to talk. Sometimes, you think about it. Jay-Z said, foolish pride kept me together when I wasn't felt. They didn't give him a deal either. Half the reason Kanye West still go crazy to this day is because he went to all these people that said, we can't sign you. He said, but I played them Jesus Walks. I paid them Jesus Walks and he didn't sign me. I mean, Steve Jobs got, listen, IBM probably made the worst mistake of their life with Steve Jobs, right? So there's a lot of people in this world who believe in themselves. And the fact that you try to make it seem like he can't believe in his skill set, that he can't go about doing what he gonna do, that he can't go out there. The dude is in Baldwin-Wallace College on his own accord, on his own time, working, getting better. He said, yo, I'm on practice squad. You know what? I love practice squad because I'm out here getting better. But what they want you to do is just say, shut up and go away. Shut up and be seen but not heard. And it's time out for people that been losing games, taking L's with a nasty offense, trying to tell people how they should interact and act. You ever heard somebody say, well, I done had this, I done been in corporate America. Well, his hair's a little longer. That's not very corporate. Doesn't really fit the culture. Your culture is losing. Eric Dickerson, tell them what everybody else think of us.
When I played, I mean, they were decent. I think I didn't make that up. That's true.
That's true.
That's true. That's a true statement. I mean, I got it from an inside source. The guy who works for the National Football League. He got it from inside the league. I know they don't care for his dad. I think Deion's a great guy. Deion tries to help these young men become men, not boys. And I just feel like it was wrong what they did to him. You go to a team like the Browns. I mean, honestly, that's not a good football team. I hate to see him. I wish they would have cut him. The Browns have had so many first-round picks and screwed it up. I mean, that's a bad football team. They were bad when I played. I mean, they were decent. I think they were pretty good, but they're horrible. I don't think he's gonna get a fair shot there. I don't, because I don't think they really wanted him.
Did you catch that, family? Eric Dickerson, yes, the Hall of Famer. He's a Deion Sanders fan. He loves what Coach Prime has done with the youth and how he continues to help raise up decent young men.
That's what folks think. They was garbage when I played. I mean, it's all right. What lies was detected? What lies was detected? There is a bad football team. The offense is trash. What lies are detected there? People. I got a problem, and I've always had a problem with this. Just because you're in a position of authority don't mean that you're competent. Just because you done worked your way up the food chain don't mean that you got what it takes to be successful. Just because you slipped and fell into a position don't mean you know what you're doing. There's a competent leadership in every aspect of our society, starting off with the top of the food chain in our government, incompetent at the highest levels. You think that I'm going to sit here and parrot, well, the Browns think? I don't care what the Browns think. If their opinion was so great and effective.
Uh-oh, family. Uncle G is supercharged now and it's cooking time. He's about to lay out the truth about what's really going on with our nephew's status at the Cleveland Browns. And yes, he's got the receipts. Let's go.
I'm going to sit here and parrot, well, the Browns think. I don't care what the Browns think. If their opinion was so great and effective, they'd be winning, wouldn't they? See, it's a funny thing. You have to earn people's respect. You have to earn the ability. You have to earn that right. And so when we sit here and we talk about this stuff, and we talk about, oh, well, should he just sit down and shut up? Absolutely not. I love the energy. Keep talking, Shedeur. I love the energy. Keep talking. It's a time to sit back and play your role, and it's a time to talk what you're going to talk, because that brings me to this point. See, a lot of y'all was fooled into thinking that people were being honest brokers about football and whether somebody can play or not. But there's a dirty little secret in society, and that dirty little secret is called it doesn't matter your merits. You say, well, I thought wins and losses and merits were what controlled whether or not you got what you got in America. No, that's not it. It's not based on your merit. It ain't based on how good you is and how competent you are and how hard you work. You think it's that? You really thought that? Really? Because even when you perform well, they can diminish it. Oh, that game really, I don't think preseason counts. But then I've always found it funny. Dylan Gabriel played a bad game, then played a good game. Shedeur Sanders played a good game, and then he played a bad game. I would say that that's 1-1, right? I would also say it's more impressive that Shedeur Sanders played a good game and didn't get any reps, and Dylan Gabriel got all the reps. But I digress. It's 1-1. It's funny how one game can elevate Dylan Gabriel and one game can sink Shedeur Sanders to a point where, see, this is what I told you. This is why he's not good. They're not honest brokers. It's never been about how good you are and if you can play. That's just what they say. And if you play good, guess what? They'll just diminish something else. Oh, well, he's playing well, but I just don't like his attitude. Well, he's playing well. He just has to get better at talking to media. Well, he's playing well. I just think there's some other things that he can work on his maturity level. I think he can play well, but he has to get better at the small things. They was never in their 100 million years going to accept anything that you do. So the key is, we'll keep moving it as long as we keep moving it and moving it here and moving it here and moving it here. It's always going to be a problem.
Doesn't that sound familiar, family? Continuously moving the goalpost, and our nephew Shedeur was the only one they were doing that to. Catch that.
See, it's a funny thing. You have to earn people's respect. You have to earn the ability. You have to earn that right. And so when we sit here and we talk about this stuff, and we talk about, oh, well, should he just sit down and shut up? Absolutely not. I love the energy. Keep talking, Shedeur. I love the energy. Keep talking. It's a time to sit back and play your role, and it's a time to talk what you're going to talk, because that brings me to this point. See, a lot of y'all was fooled into thinking that people were being honest brokers about football and whether somebody can play or not. But there's a dirty little secret in society, and that dirty little secret is called it doesn't matter your merits. You say, well, I thought wins and losses and merits were what controlled whether or not you got what you got in America. No, that's not it. It's not based on your merit. It ain't based on how good you is and how competent you are and how hard you work. You think it's that? You really thought that? Really?
Uncle G brought up a hard truth, family. You can't make it on merit alone. It takes hard work, and sometimes even that isn't enough. Look at Shedeur. He did well in his very first preseason game, and still they said, I don't think preseason counts. Even after performing well without ever getting first team reps, they kept moving the line on him.
So the key is, we'll keep moving it as long as we keep moving it and moving it here and moving it here and moving it here. It's always going to be a problem. And then you come to the realization that it's never about whether or not you can play or not. It's whether or not they will accept you. The rejection of Shedeur Sanders is not about whether he can play. It's about whether or not people are ready for him to represent their fan base and their organization. When Kanye West said, and I never thought I was going to do Kanye West joints today, no one man should have all that power. When you are the CEO and when you are the franchise quarterback and you are given the keys to the castle, you now become what? I'm the boss. Name me one franchise quarterback besides Patrick Mahomes who has the cachet. Who has the cachet to say I stand on my own merits? That's Andy Reid, because he was doing it way before that. I've been nice in this league. It's only a couple of them. But who Zach Taylor worked for in Cincinnati? Joe Burrow. Who John Harbaugh worked for? Who he worked for? Lamar Jackson. Doug McDermott. Who he worked for? Josh Allen, who he worked for. And the reality of the situation is, when you give that power away, if Shedeur Sanders want a receiver to get another weapon, guess what Andrew Berry has to consider? A receiver. If he come to him and he a franchise quarterback and he say, hey man, we need to go out and spend some money in free agency, guess what they got to do? If the owner is moving around and Shedeur Sanders say, I don't agree with that, you got to have a conversation now, because the franchise quarterback is the most powerful position in all of sports. So understand, do you want somebody who's unapologetic, goes off on his own, does what he wants, speaks his mind, is articulate, and got a bunch of people behind him that is going to roll and rock what he say? Do you want to make him and his father the first family of football? Heck no, you don't. I know this is too tough for somebody. It might be a little too early for you in the morning on this one. I told you, I gave you the opportunity. So when you say, oh, it's about, he's just not ready. He's just not ready. Remember this. They're not talking about him. They're talking about themselves. We not ready to see it. I'm not ready to anoint him. I'm not ready for them to represent me. I don't know about this. That's what not ready means. That's what not ready means. Got nothing to do with nobody's game. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Because this is wild work. Now, of course, your boy had to get in on it. I think this is fancy. I know your guy had to get on it. Let's talk about. Let's see what you got to say, Tone.
Seems like being out of the line.
So this is fancy right here. Here we go. We know we had to get what he was saying.
He never met a camera he didn't like. And it just seems like being out of the limelight right now as QB3 on a Cleveland Browns team struggling to score points. He's really missing the viral moments.
By the way, I think it's funny that you, says the guy who's on TV all the time, You never met a camera he don't like? Well, you ain't never missed a Shedeur Sanders field joint that you ain't never liked. What have you missed the Shedeur Sanders story, Tone? Huh? Never met a camera he doesn't like, and here you go, right on TV. And here we are, right? What do you mean? No, you're not. He's not missing no viral moments. He's viral just from answering regular questions. As a matter of fact, I'd willing to wager you missed the viral moments, Tony. Having fun talking about Joe Flacco and this Browns offense? Numbers a little down, huh? Okay. He like, yes, Shedeur done said something. Yes, sir. Get it ready. Tapping him. Hey, get the microphones. Get the microphones. We got us something. He was saying it like he was hungry. We got us something right here. Something delicious. We got one of them Shedeur snacks. Get the microphones and the cameras going. Oh, we got us something. He can't even control himself. He's stumbling. Watch how look at it. Look at the smile on his face. This is what the Shedeur stimulus package is. Look.
Family, the Shedeur Effect is real, whether people choose to see it in a positive light or try to spin it negative. Even the negativity ends up feeding into the Shedeur Effect.
What? Here we go. Look, he can't even hold it back. Hey, come on, man. Y'all cats think y'all funny. I know what y'all be doing. I be knowing. I ain't gonna hate. Get your clicks up, dog. I ain't gonna hate. Here you go.
He never met a camera he didn't like. And it just seems like being out of the limelight right now as QB3 on a Cleveland Browns team struggling to score points. He's really missing the viral moments. I laugh about it because I don't take him too seriously anymore. I'm sorry. After that Rams game, I need evidence that he could play.
Listen, I don't take him serious anymore. I need evidence. Tony, your evidence don't count. Let's just keep it real. Let's just keep it real, Tony. You act like people is pulling up for your analysis. We're pulling up for your quarterback analysis. Like we don't like. Here's the thing. I don't need. We don't need. I am not auditioning for you guys. We are not auditioning for you. Like the fact that people think like this is the arrogance level people be having. That we got to audition. Shedeur Sanders has to audition for you. We've been stop paying attention to what you was talking about way back in the summer. You sullied yourself in the summer with that quarterback chart. I need to see him play. I'm sorry, that Rams game. Stop. It don't matter. It don't matter what Shedeur did. What about the first game he played against Carolina? I can't. What are you talking about?
All the pro Shedeur fans, and they're passionate about their favorite player. They think something like that is going on. They cannot believe there are players on the team at his position that are better than him.
Absolutely not. Do you know Joe Flacco? See, here's where you throw the smoke bomb rolls into the room. The Joe Flacco gives us the best chance. This is why the barbershop is devastating. Because the receipts are irrefutable. Weren't you the guy? The quarterback's in 26. Name them. Give me one. You was part of that coalition, wasn't you? You surely should be able to give me a name. Flacco's the best opportunity we got. Did you see the game last week? I saw the game. I saw him throw for 3.9 average of 3.9 yards a throw. Where is it? I think it's funny. Now the burden of proof is back on Shedeur because I thought you said that when Dylan Gabriel threw that pick six in Philadelphia, that the preseason didn't count, Tony. But now we got to go back and prove to you Shedeur can play?
Yeah, okay? They just won't accept it. They don't believe it. They're just like his dad. He doesn't believe.
Why are you mentioning his dad? Why are you talking about the man's father?
Okay, family. Tony Grossi has gone too far talking about Coach Prime. He really needs to stay in his lane. But don't worry, family Uncle G is about to handle it with his message of truth.
Where'd that come from? See, if you just put a microphone in front of people's face, they'll tell you what they're talking about.
Flacco and Gabriel can play better than him.
Really? Flacco? Listen, here's the thing, Tony. I can only do this in small spurts. I can only laugh in small spurts. I think it's fancy. I can only do I do 30 seconds at a time. I find it fancy that regular people, first and foremost, let's be clear. Some of y'all shouldn't even be able to speak Prime's name. Prime, you can't say it, I'll say it for him. Let me get my shoulders together. I told you had time to get out of here. You still can bounce. You regular, jogging in the morning, English muffin, bagel, Kroger's, Costco shopping, regular, everyday people should not even be able to speak Prime's name. He is better at his profession than you have been better at anything you've ever done combined. He is better at baseball than you are at your jobs, at simple breathing. You don't even breathe better than he do. His air is just cleaner quality. He has a better routine. His skincare products look better. You the same age as him, and y'all look like 40 years older. It's just different. He's a Hall of Famer, one of the greatest to ever put the jersey on, the greatest defensive back ever. His knowledge of the football game is otherworldly. He's a marketing genius.
Family, you've got to admit, Coach Prime is a marketing genius. Just about everything he touches turns to gold. And truth be told, a lot of people don't like that. He's confident, he's got that swagger, and he's an influencer who has passed it down to his kids and so many others.
KFC, Wingstop, Nike. His endorsements is better than yours. His endorsements is better than your company's. He's been a broadcaster for 10, 12 years. He's a Division I football coach. He done won high school championships at that level. The fact that you feel comfortable enough to talk about a man that you cannot replicate, understand, or even be in the same room as is wild work. Now, I can tell you that because I can talk to you. I don't want Prime. No, I sit this one out, Prime. Sit it out, Prime. I got it. His sons is more successful than your people. His sons, matter of fact, all the sons, the well-off media people more successful than him. They got Division I scholarships, got bags, then been to the league. You don't have the currency to talk. You can't pay the toll to talk about him. You can't be on toll road to even pay to even be in the same conversation. As a matter of fact, you can't get an interview. You can't pull up to him because the security is bigger than everything you got. What you talking about?
Family, I had to just let this play out and let Uncle G go in on all those folks talking about Coach Prime like they've got room to talk. I was laughing so hard because honestly, I'm tired of people acting like Coach Prime isn't already very successful and a superb role model.
See, y'all done got comfortable. When did everyday regular people walking their German Shepherds and Golden Retrievers get to talk about the highest of the highest when it comes to our society? It's rules, checks, and balances to this. If you ain't played nothing, if you ain't lifted no weights, if you ain't running fast, if you can't do nothing in a quick motion, you can't even get out of building on time if it was on fire. And you talking about Prime. These guys. I do media in Cleveland. I care who you is. you talking about, bro? It's like his dad. Why you get to talk about? You don't even listen. We need to start putting our people. Listen, here's what we're gonna do, because y'all do this too much. We're gonna start putting our legends in a room where we're not even gonna start letting you talk about them. We're gonna just start putting our legends up. Remember, your mom used to say, "Put your toys up." Put them toys. Like if you had cousins coming over and the cousins a little bad, and you had nice toys, and you like, I'm about to show up my Transformers and G.I. Joes. She said, okay, but that Voltron is going up. That Voltron is remote control. You know how much them little lions cost me? I got a V68 battery to put in that. You put that up. Go put that up right now. You put that up. We putting our legends up. You don't get to talk about our legends. We got them in bubble wrap. As soon as you get to it, somebody need to hold you back. Hold on, Tom. Hold on. Tread lightly. Tread lightly. You got comfortable because we let you get that off. You gonna talk about porn? What do y'all really think? Listen. What do you mean you gotta prove? You gotta prove to me. Like he gotta prove to me he can play. You gotta prove to me you know what you're talking about. And it's not looking too good, bro. Come on now. That's what happens when listen. This is what happens when the game is like this, bro. I go around. I got to go around and listen to this. I got to sit here and act like I got to give everybody the same common respect that they know what they talking about. No, because you got a fantasy football team, you and I are not the same. Just because you in 3 fantasy leagues does not mean we are on the same level. You know what you have to do? There's a thing called conditioning. They made people like you quit. Yeah, we got to get these dudes up off the squad. We got to get these dudes up off the squad. We like, dang, bro, they got these regulars out here. When the regulars come, you know the coach is trying to get them up off the squad. Back in the day, even when you playing pickup basketball, if you was a regular, they would just take your winners. Nah, you're a regular. I got winners. No, you don't. I was here. We already got 5. And see, this is the thing. Even when I'm talking like this, it's still going over heads because you didn't play pickup games. People try to listen. I played Division I basketball in high school. I played Division I baseball in high school. I played all sports. See, we be letting y'all feel comfortable. I don't care how long you talk about something. You comfortable now. I got to defer. We're not deferring. We're not asking you. We're not saying, hey, you feel good about what Shedeur is doing? We don't care. We just don't. I told y'all this was one of those, the gloves is off. This is how I'm rolling with it. The gloves is off, bro. Because it's become very evident that it's the everybody but Shedeur. We are willing to, and here's why. Listen, you say what you want, but this is irrefutable, and this is why they be looking, man, G. Bush dude, he be getting on my mind. Even though this is irrefutable, even though I got my reservations, and I've been vocal about my reservations with Dillon Gabriel. Everybody know that. Do I think he's nice? No. Guess what? My integrity level still says, well, if you got him so high, let him prove it. Put him in the game. Because he can't be worse than what Joe Flacco doing. That's honorable. That's honorable. Y'all don't share the same traits that I got. You just don't. Even if I don't believe that he is good, I come from a place where every man get an opportunity to prove what he's worth, so that He can stand on his own merits inside of football, outside of football. And he said, let my work show and prove. That's what I believe in. Because I know all too often that a lot of people don't ever get an opportunity. They just use politics to keep you over here. And I ain't talking about who you voted for. They use certain things to keep you tucked away here, that never give you a shot here. It never worked out for you here. I know all too well about that. So well, guess what? When they say, okay, Dylan Gabriel, we picked him in the 3rd round. We took him over this dude. We think he is, okay, cool. Put it out there. And you don't even take that. You won't even accept that. You know why? Because I'm willing to see what you're talking about. I'm willing to see what you're talking about. But you don't do the same thing. Y'all notice this? Put it in the chat if you notice. Not slick. I've listened too much. Y'all think y'all let these little outfits get to y'all, these outfits and these fits and these fitted hats. Yeah, I listen way too well for y'all and understand. Y'all notice how everybody talks about this like this. All right, well, we could put Dylan Gabriel in. And if Dylan don't ball, if Dylan don't do this, we can always go back to Joe. You see how it done skipped? They cool with putting Dylan Gabriel in, right? But if Dylan don't do what Dylan's supposed to do, all of a sudden is, well, they can put Bailey Zappi in. They may go to Zappi before Shedeur. They may get to Zappi before you know what? They might even go get a Burnley. They could go because he's still not ready.
Family, they keep saying Shedeur's still not ready. Still not ready for what? The truth is, he is ready, and he's been ready. They keep putting Dylan Gabriel in at the end, so he doesn't reveal too much of his ability, or the lack thereof. Because the moment Dylan shows he's not that guy, and Shedeur is, it's all over. What they've been trying to hide and delay will become inevitable.
I like what he did. He read the room. Don't tell me about no ready stuff. Don't tell me about no ready stuff. I was born ready. I'm ready today if they put me in. Shut all that little conversation down. Shut that down. I'm ready. Come on. Put me in the game. But what they want you to do is shut up, out of sight, out of mind, and let the game plan roll. We're not letting the game plan roll. I'm not going to listen, the Cleveland Browns going to do what the Cleveland Browns want to do. But one thing that we're not going to do is I'm not going to sit back and make you feel good and comfortable about what you're doing and act like I'm stupid. When you ask me, am I good? Should I play? Am I ready? You know what I'm going to say? Heck yeah, let's roll. I'm not going, whatever Kevin says, whatever the organization has for me, I guess I'll be, I'm just a humble person. I'm just a person who just looking for the crumbs. They're like, I was better than Dylan Gabriel in college. What are you talking about? Oops, shouldn't have said that. I low-key think Joe Flacco was garbage. You see how he been playing? I can't do that. I shouldn't have said that. Sorry. You can see it on their face, though. Watch how painful this is. This is courtesy. By the way, that clip was courtesy of ESPN Cleveland. We got to always give you credit. Courtesy of ESPN Cleveland, right? This clip is courtesy of 92.3 The Fan. Look how painful it is on their faces. I love human nature. Human nature is very, and nonverbal cues always get me. That you can see the anguish on people's faces when asked the question. Sometimes the heart is different from what the mind says. Daryl, you're conflicted. Let me see. I always find it too. The people in the ivory tower got a little bit different thought process. And the ivory tower people in Berea, I think they be coming in giving you that CIA, that CIA treatment. Y'all go in one way, come out a different way. all of a sudden y'all start sounding like small Stefanskis. What be happening to y'all?
Well, if you do make a change, this has been my argument against making the change, is you have to sell that within the locker room to the veterans.
That's a lie. You don't got to listen. How do you? Let me run that back, and I'm gonna tell you why this is wild to even say.
Well, if you do make a change, this has been my argument against making the change, is you have to sell that within the locker room to the veterans.
Let me tell you this. Myles Garrett, during the offseason, said the Cleveland Browns don't have a plan. He wants to be traded. They're wasting his time. You think you got to sell him on a quarterback change when he already told you didn't have one to start with? You think you got to sell him? But as a matter of fact, you got this. You got this thought process. Oh, you got to sell it to the veterans. Your veterans aren't good. Let me see. I told you this is why, G. Bush. You have a Saturday morning show, and it's not during the week, because this is not going to be tenable during Monday through Friday. You can't tell people the truth like that. You're sitting here telling me you scared of some veterans that ain't good? What veteran? Denzel Ward don't care nothing about that stuff. Nobody on the defense cares about. Listen, they already know your quarterback is garbage and believe that the next person coming in is going to play better than Joe. What are you talking about? What mythical Wizard of Oz veteran is jumping up and down because the offense looks so great? They don't look great. We know they don't look great. You're throwing your quarterback rating is a 39, dog. But you telling me, and somehow in your heart, you're trying to, on this screen, tell me that you believe it? Your face don't even say you believe it. Your body language tells it looked like right now, it looked like you were like in a meeting and you got the bubble guts right now. Man, I shouldn't have ate that breakfast burrito. That breakfast burrito face. Daryl, you know good and well Joe Flacco will give you the best chance to win nothing. That's what the Berea Chronicle Times is telling you. You don't believe it. Let's keep going.
And you know, when the messaging from the organization when it comes to Dillon Gabriel has basically been, we'll see him, and when we see him, it's going to be for developmental and look-see purposes, right? And I don't know how you can transition after saying that all along to
Daryl, blink 3 times if Kevin Stefanski and Barry are behind you threatening you. Give me something here. Blink. I mean, this is what happened when you're on camera. Lima, do you believe this? Lima, you believe this, bro?
Dillon Gabriel, who is a 3rd-round pick, now gives us the best chance to win a football game. And frankly, I don't believe that.
Kevin got the ransom note on him, bro. He right over there to the left with the note, with the ransom note. You tell him my demands. I need an unmarked Boeing 747 jet, fueled with a one-way clearance, and you don't try anything funny. You better not have the F-150s behind me. I need 3 parachutes, unmarked bills.
And I still think that in spite of the offensive struggles, that Joe Flacco does in fact give them the best opportunity.
Really? Hold on. I shouldn't stop this in the middle. Mr. 2 touchdowns and 4 picks, 3.9 yards per throw downfield. What about missing a wide open dude over the middle of the field? He give you the best chance. Can't move. He's 40 years old. And this is you selling us. The Indianapolis Colts went to Daniel Jones. He was there last year. They're like, sorry.
Opportunity to win. Just it's unfortunate right now he's not doing enough to help them win consistently, at least as we have this conversation 3 games into the season. That obviously always can change. I am not optimistic as far as Sunday goes that all of a sudden we're going to see some massive turnaround because, as you said, Ken, this is a very good Detroit Lions team.
So why does it give you the best chance to win? See, I just need people that will actually just be honest about it. I just don't have the energy to play nice anymore. I mean, come on, man. You sitting here telling me he give you the best chance to win, but you're not optimistic. He give you the best chance to win, but he's not playing good enough to help you out. He gives you the best chance to win, and all while not seeing other people that you drafted on your roster.
Family, what is wrong with these people? American football is not rocket science.
Here's the point. The point is, these people feel like they are so smart, so cool, so suave and debonair that they can lose games on purpose, play a 40-year-old quarterback, not give people an opportunity to play, and tank and go into next year and do the same thing over again. And we're just going to show up and hand them money. Now, listen, they are correct in assessment. 50% of these people will follow like sheep. They will follow down to the ark and give them the money because the problem in our country is that poor people or people that work very hard for their money that is trying to live day to day. We have an infatuation with the upper class that we give them our money. We pay the most taxes. We get done the wrong. We don't get no breaks. Our houses blow down. We don't get no aid. Listen, our crime rate is the highest, and we somehow bow at the altar of these people and continue to give them money, continue to give them adoration, and to give them time and patience. It's what we do. It is brainwashing 101. So they are correct about 50% of our population. But Daryl, please blink twice if Andrew Berry and Kevin Stefanski are really in the room right now, because right now I don't think you believe this.
They are in fact Super Bowl contenders, similar to the Green Bay Packers. But you know what? A lot of folks didn't give them a chance to beat the Packers, and they went ahead and did that.
No, Myles Garrett and Denzel Ward in the defense beat the Packers. Stop it. And this is the same Myles Garrett that you wanted traded because he said you didn't have a plan. Myles is not a leader. Yeah, that leader got you a game. That's the same guy.
Although I don't expect a 13-10 type of a scoring game. My number one question with this team is, are they even capable of scoring 20 points?
How is it that your number one question is are they capable of scoring 20 points? But at the same conversation, he gives you the best chance to win. I can only take. I'm gonna shut up so we can play this through. Because I can only take so much before I can't play the game.
In a game, the expansion Browns in 1999 could score 20 points in a game. The 1-31 Browns could score 20 points in a game. This current team, 3 games into the season, incapable of scoring 20 points a game, and that does have me a little worried, even though we are still early in this.
So why did we even have the conversation then? What are we talking about? You said a 1-31 football team can score 20 points and this one can't. But you have the blind faith in Kevin Stefanski, who's the architect of this offense, calls the plays, picks the players. You're telling me that this is all okay? Come on, man. Is anybody but. Let's continue on. I ain't going to be here too long. I don't got time for it today. I just don't. Because now let's get to this. I see some points in time, they're going to they got to slip up and give you the real. Because it's going to come. They're going to slip up and they're going to say it and be like, ooh, that was real talk. I was on a show yesterday. Now watch this. I predicted this. Y'all say what y'all want. I predicted it all. I had a crystal ball since this offseason. I told you what it was with the first quarterback class. Now, mind you, Even though this is how I come to the conclusion. Joe Flacco playing terribly, he still gives you the best chance to win games. That's a cliche, and it's something that you be said when people don't have proof or anything. The best chance to win games is a made-up, mythical, random filibuster that says, I know that the rules are what they are. I know what the data says. I know what the play on the field looks like. I know what the statistical stats look like, and I see the eye test. We understand all that, but that doesn't matter. It only matters in my heart that he gives us the best chance to win football games. You see how this works? It's not based in reality. It's not based in factual anything. It's based in conjecture and random circular arguments about thought head canon. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna. This whole industry is built on straw houses. And the second you move one of them little pieces like Jenga from the bottom, the whole house of cards falls down. Because you start to realize that it's not based on anything factual or structural. It's based on conjecture and random narrative-based commentary. So let's continue on with this. Now, I told you wasn't no quarterbacks in this draft. It done swept the world. It done swept the entire world. These quarterbacks, the Drew Allers and the Klubniks and the Nussmeyers and the Arch Mannings and all these other dudes, there's nothing there. But you notice every time you bring up that you are willing to mortgage your entire life for guys who aren't good, you ever notice that they are more willing to give time just to pick a savior? They're willing to say it's still early, a savior might show up. Then they are willing to give an opportunity to a person that's on your own roster currently, who has played a preseason game, who has been in your offense, who has played with the team. They are willing to go out and find a college player who isn't playing right at this point, and then give him time to prove to them that he's still the savior. What kind of roundabout head magician stuff is that? The only way you can come to that conclusion is it's anybody but Shedeur Sanders. I'm fine with Flacco stinking and joining up, being garbage and being old. I'm okay with Dylan Gabriel getting the rest of the shots until the season is over. I'm okay with going into next year's draft already anointing a quarterback before they played Arch Manning. I'm okay with even when they don't play well, I'll give them extra time to prove it to me. I'm also willing to scrap the 4 people or 5 people I said were saviors and find new saviors week 6, because that's what they're in the process of doing right now. See, this is the reason why G. Bush is just, he's lost his mind. What's happened to him? He used to be so middle of the road. Now he just panders. What's wrong with G. Bush? No, it's called, why am I not fitting in your box? You failed to realize, I don't care. You think, why? Like, my job is not to make grown men and women comfortable. If it makes you uncomfortable, you got to ask yourself, what's going on with me? Let's cook. I told you, I gave you an opportunity. Here's another out. Before we get to this, please file lightly. Don't cause a rush. Get up, move to the pews, and quietly walk down aisle 6. If this is not the content for you. 3 moments of silence for you.
Family, Uncle G is cooking. Brace yourself.
There you go. You've had your time. Let's get to Exhibit C. I get proof. Not only do I not come on here doing the extra, I give you proof. Now, Jason Lloyd says something, and I like it because I like he gives me some information. I like spicy Jason Lloyd. I told him into his face, I like spicy Jason Lloyd. I like your pushback. That's what we like to see. because I really want to see what they thinking. See, sometimes don't kill the messenger. Jason Lloyd didn't pick the players. The Browns is picking them. And I need to know what the Browns is saying. And this is how I could come up with my theories, because I just understand. Let me share my screen real quick. Now, to be perfectly, you'll see it in here. He says, I don't know anything. They didn't tell me. This is just me thinking. But this goes to the parts, right? That a person, let me pull it up and make sure I'm correct. Let me pull it up. Make sure I'm correct before I say this, because I want to be crystal clear. I do. Remember? Remember what I said this a couple of years ago? Let me see. Remember I said what a couple of years ago? Man. I gotta show you. I got to show you. I got to show you. Got to show you. Now, before I get to this video, we're gonna get to this. Y'all say whatever you want. I give you receipts. Whatever you can say you don't agree with G. Bush, how G. Bush move, what he be saying. Every single time I come on here, I don't say nothing. I give receipts. I don't just give opinion. Now, remember I told you a couple of weeks ago, people always talk about this in the court of law. If the facts are not on your side, you process. Case in point, if they find the evidence that they need to convict me of a crime in my house, red-handed, they got my DNA on all over the place. You know what you do? DNA is ironclad. What are you gonna say? That's not your blood? That's not your DNA right here, sir? When that's against you, you process. Well, yeah, that's my DNA, but how'd you get my DNA? Yeah, that's the DNA, but did you collect it correctly? Yeah, that's my DNA, but did you lose a couple of samples during the whole process? Oh, that's my DNA, but that detective over there, he was on suspension for drug and alcohol. Can we get his case record? Oh, yeah, he been showing up to work. See, when the facts aren't aligned with you, you argue process. When the facts ain't on your side and the process ain't on your side, where they say, listen, sir, well, there was, we had this ran by 7 or 8 independent factories, independent labs. It is your blood. And we've had our internal investigations go look over our entire process in our inventory. And guess what? We haven't had a messed up sample in over 10 years. Our internal investigations, their audits are 99.9%. And by the way, we even turned this over to 7 independent people that looked over and found no errors, sir. So now the process is ironclad. They got the smoking weapon right there, and they got your DNA. So now the facts ain't on your side, and the process ain't on your side. You can't even knock that. So what you do? You just yell like hell. You just scream. You throw your hands up. Look, blue unicorn over there. Blue unicorn. See, this is the reason why, Judge. These blue unicorns. I can't stand these blue unicorns. I'm here today because them blue unicorns. They was over there, and I can't believe this, man. I'm a good person. I never did nothing to them unicorns. Sir. Counselor, get your client. You know what? You ain't never did nothing for me either. I want a new counselor. Give me a new counselor. I want to represent myself. When you represent yourself, the wheels is off. The wheels have come off your case. We back to this. These dudes don't even have the numbers Shedeur Sanders had his junior year. They don't got his junior year numbers. 70% completion at junior, 3,230 yards. And by the way, he missed 2 football games. 27 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. 293 yards he threw a game, rating 151.7. Let's be clear. They don't have the numbers he had. If the dudes coming out of college was so nice, why did they come out this year? They was eligible, Cade. They was eligible, Garrett Nussmeier. Where were you at, bro? If you were so cold, generation. You were so generational, you had to come back in a quote-unquote weak draft class? Were the only 2 names that was mentioned? 3 names was Jackson Dart, Shedeur Sanders, and Cam Ward. You went to school after that? If I'm generational, I'm going after everybody. I'm generational today. You don't just get generational, right? Huh? Okay. Let's look at the senior year numbers. Come on, this 74 completion, 74%, 4,134 yards, 37 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. Oh, I still for 318 yards per game, 168.2. I finished in the Heisman. You don't even got the numbers he had in his high school career. But remember when I said, if the numbers is not on your side and the facts, Yale process. You know how processes get vague. I just had to set it up. Here we go. This is Jason Lloyd on what the Browns are looking for. Let me share my screen. Let's see what we're looking for. Here we go. Y'all hear me? Let's go.
I know how Stefanski is. Stefanski is a very calculated. He calculated. If Stefanski does not really want to move to the rookies, he'll find a reason not to move to the rookies. If, say, for instance, the Browns upset the Lions, now that means they didn't beat the Lions and the Packers. Mm-hmm. That means to me, you're not seeing no rookie play until dang near week 9 or 10.
I would second that.
Well, I think you kind of have to ride it out at that point.
At that point,
I mean, if you beat the Packers and Lions in back-to-back weeks and the Lions on the road.
You see this? Now watch this. So we're going to figure it out. We're going to find out. It's all in the details. Ask open-ended questions.
And you were
means
you were a
something out of your
from
offense.
beating Cincinnati.
So
yeah, you're almost 3-1 at that.
You're not seeing nobody. You talk about week 10, 12, if that. So that's the point. The point is,
good. That's a better problem to have. Let's win.
If you take those, here's the thing. What did they tell us it was about, though, Jason?
What did Jason tell us?
And
he's right.
It's
about next year.
About next year.
Exploratory season. We got to.
So see what you do right there. As I said, yeah, it's about next season. But what I'm pointing out to you is the unwillingness to even do anything this year. And even though you're winning football games in spite of your quarterback, they are willing to run out the shot clock regardless. If Joe Flacco plays terrible and when Dylan Gabriel gets in the game, who knows how terrible he has to play before they even get to Shedeur Sanders. Now, this is the key right here. This is the whole noise and mumbo jumbo about these quarterbacks. Now, remember, these quarterbacks will not even have the statistical data that he has. They will not be as accomplished as Shedeur Sanders. They will not have the completion percentage. They won't even have the tape. But guess what? Remember what I said before. It doesn't matter how good you are. It's about the way they feel about you. Let's talk about it. Let's get back to it.
I'll find out what we have.
Yeah.
However, if there's winning happening, I mean, it's just
You can't
change a quarterback when you're winning.
Let's keep it real here. All right, the Browns, right or wrong, they're already convinced that they have to get a quarterback next year. That they don't have the.
I agree with you, Bull. I agree.
Doesn't mean they're right, but that's what they feel
in their mind. They believe that their quarterback of the future is not on this.
Yes.
Am I wrong?
Yeah, no, not at all.
That's the way I see it.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
I think I told you this. I think I texted it to you because everyone's like, well, these quarterbacks suck. This quarterback class
No, I said the quarterback suck.
sucks. Where's the quarterback? Where's the quarterback? Where's the quarterback?
Where's the quarterback in? The quarterback's in 26. You got to give me credit for that. I said that. Let's continue on.
No one has told me this directly. I just get the sense and the feeling there is, because I agree. Like so far, the you don't look at this quarterback class as this.
No
is
one
gonna
has
be an
separated
all-time
themselves
historic
for
class.
sure.
So, again, we are sitting here. And by the way, shout out to Jason Lloyd. This is not about Jason Lloyd individually. This is about the mindset of the Cleveland Browns. And this is the mindset that a lot of people in our fan base carry because they are willing to go. When I do that savior conversation, it's tongue in cheek, but it's truthful. They are willing to bend the knee, do mental gymnastics, and find somebody, anybody. It doesn't matter who it is, anybody but that guy. Because they're unwilling even to see him play. Let's continue on.
So to that, I say number one, it's early.
September.
And number two, I just get the sense being around them that they have one or two guys that they like.
Who is it?
I don't know who they are. I'm not going to know who they are. I'm never going to find out
They
who
won't
they are.
say it.
So remember what we said here. G. Bush, they got your DNA. What? Hey, we got to figure something out. How they get my DNA in there? Well, listen, somebody tampered with that evidence. No, sir, we showed you 17 times that the evidence was not tampered with. We have 3 independent studies that say it was not, and this is our audit process for the last 10 years. No tampering, sir. Now it's time to go to the blue unicorns. The blue unicorns! The blue unicorns, they got me set up. Now, here's the gymnastics you have to do. I don't know who. See, watch this. I don't know who the quarterback is. I agree that the quarterbacks look mid at best. But the Cleveland Browns have a secret proprietary knowledge base in which they like 2 or 3 people. And I don't know how they choose this person. I don't know what they're looking at. They're not looking at stats. They're not looking at completion percentage. They're not looking at where you throw the ball. They're not looking at how many games you won. They're looking at it in a different way. It's something that's just in the sauce that they do that, you see? Let's continue.
And no, of course they're right about it.
It doesn't mean they're right about it. But I just get the set. And the other thing I told you is you just don't know. You never know what they're looking for in the NFL. It's not what we see.
No.
It's not what we're looking for. No. And the point I made to you, people are going to freak out. Nobody was talking about Josh Allen when he was at Wyoming in September of his senior. And I'm not saying there's a Josh Allen in this draft. I'm not saying that.
No, I know what I'm saying. You're right. He emerged late.
And there are traits that these teams look for in quarterbacks that the average college football fan watching on Saturday isn't seeing those guys or isn't seeing those traits.
What, like how well you could throw? How well you can move?
Family. Now let's be real. Those so-called special traits they say they're looking for don't seem to line up with the description of an African American. Hint, hint.
Would like to see. Remember when I told you, it's not about whether you can play or not. It's about whether or not they are willing to accept you being the face, the leader of their organization. So when you see, he is correct. He's 1,000% correct when he's saying this. Is what they are looking for sometimes is diametrically opposed to winning. What they are looking for has nothing to do with winning. That is the only thing that I've been arguing from Jump Street. And it's ironclad. You tell me I'm wrong.
And for what I don't know who they are. I just get this, and I don't know what. I assume it's this
What
class.
year's the Indiana kid?
He's a senior.
He's eligible. He's eligible.
I think that if you're going to make somebody a savior, you should know his name, what class he's in, and what he's playing like. But we're willing to pull a name out of the hat. Who's the Indiana guy? That's where I come up with the anybody but Shedeur narrative. I didn't say it. The energy is there. It's all around. All you got, it's palpable. Who's the Indiana kid? So that's the guy so anytime you're gonna give up. Think about this, man. You making a big time life decision. You marrying somebody. Your parents don't even know who the person is. You come home and they say, hey, what, I know you was married to Rose, but who's this Susie girl you got? You marrying a Susie girl? They don't know her name. Her name wasn't even Susie. It was Sally. Susie, Sally, whatever. You meaning to tell me this is how far down the rabbit hole we done got? To the point where we are willing to pick a name out of a hat from somebody we have not seen play with no stats, no nothing, but he's the guy because it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. You came into the season telling yourself that before you saw anybody play that what it was going to be. I'm going to draft a quarterback because I want to draft a quarterback, and it has nothing to do with who's on the roster and if they can play.
I've heard his name being mentioned as a guy that, again, could have the NFL skill set. Maybe he's their guy.
I have no idea. I just get the sense, and again, no one has said this directly. It's just sort of a feel of knowing how they operate and being around certain people. I just think that they've got one or two people that they've got their eye on. I don't know who it is. I don't know when. And who's to say that doesn't change? Like, it's September. By November, whoever they think they like, they may not like anymore.
And we will never know.
And you'll never know.
Right.
You'll never know who we like. You'll never know who we like. If the facts aren't on your side, you argue the process. If the process isn't on your side and the facts aren't, you yell like hell.
Family, that wraps up our time at the table today. Big salute to Uncle G and the Barbershop for bringing the truth with receipts. We honor his voice and the platform he's built. If you haven't already, go over and subscribe to the Barbershop channel to catch the full video. And while you're here, make sure you like, share, and subscribe so we can keep growing this family together. Only what you